Hey everybody. Yeah, just another video. Especially since yesterday's one was was received so well. So today I wanted to have a quick look at Flare networks. Obviously, all the usual stuff applies, that it's not financial advice and so on. You all know how that goes. But yeah, here. So don't skip ahead and read everything you see. We're gonna walk through the whole process. Um, but I want you to kind of to listen and properly understand it, right? So two things, or you can see kind of two main things, which is the blue block here on the left, and then the purple or the pink block here on the right. So obviously the blue one here is the XRP ledger, and the pink one is Flare networks. Now, very important to understand is that they're two completely separate things, right? You cannot move, say, XRP over to Flare networks, and you cannot move Spark or FLR over to the XRP ledger, right? They stay on their own ledgers, right? So it's completely separate. Now, there is kind of the one thing in between that connects the two, and that's an agent. We'll get to that now in a second. Well, basically, just to start with the basics, obviously on the XRP ledger we have XRP. I have the tokenomics here on the left. However, for now it's not really relevant for understanding how it works. Same for Flare networks, right? You have Spark on Flare networks. Once again, here we have the tokenomics, but like you can completely forget about them because once again it's not relevant for what we're going to talk about. Actually, maybe just to dumb it down, I might just get rid of it. There we go. So make it look as simple as possible. But I want to kind of walk you through the process and make sure you understand it, right? So here, basically on the left side you have your XRP on the XP ledger. If you hold XRP and you would like to use smart contracts, which are on Flare networks, you're called an originator, right? That's just the person on the XRP ledger who has XRP who would like to use smart contracts. Now, if you have Spark, right, on Flare networks, which you can, which you'll obviously receive soon enough once the network goes live, if you were holding XRP either in private that you custody it yourself on something like a ledger or whatever they call it, or if you held it on a participating exchange at the time of the snapshot, then you're going to get Spark. Now, if you're not going to get it because you didn't have it at the time, you'll be able to buy it on exchanges like Bitrue or probably more when the time comes. The most important thing here is just to realize that if you have Spark, you have the option to function as an agent, right? You can become an agent. You don't have to, but you can do it. Now, the whole job of an agent is kind of to be a bridge between the XRP ledger and Flare networks. Now, how does that work? So basically, when you're an originator, right, and you have XRP and you'd like to exchange that XRP for FXRPs, all right, so Flare XRP, you it's not that you just send XRP over, right? That's not what happens. What happens is basically your XRP gets locked up on the XRP ledger, and then FXRP gets created out of thin air, right, on Flare networks. And the way that works exactly is like this. So you as an originator send the value of XRP that you would like to have minted in FXRP, right? So created, plus 0.1% creation fee. Now that creation fee goes to the agent at the end as kind of a reward for their work. So you send that over to the agent, and that gets locked up on the XRP ledger. Okay. Now what happens then is that this agent, obviously there's a trust issue here, right? Because that agent you give him your XRP and he could run away with it. So in order to stop that from happening, an agent will have to lock up 2.5 times the value, right? That's important, not like the number of Spark tokens, but the value of XRP that's been locked up here, right? So basically what happens is the agent sends what I said here, the 2.5 times the value in Spark tokens into the FXRP system, right? Which is basically just a collection of smart contracts. And then their Spark tokens get locked up for the duration of the contract. So basically your XRP gets locked up, the agent's Spark tokens get locked up, but more like the value of the agent's Spark tokens is 2.5 times more than yours, and that makes sure that the agent doesn't run away with your XRP, because if they would, then you just get the value in Spark tokens. So to kind of make it risk free, right? Now, once that's been done, the like the Spark tokens have been locked up. FXRP is created, right? Now, as you can see here, that's 1-to-1 with XRP, right? So it's exactly the same value as XRP. Like we'll have the same thing as FXRP, right? They're interchangeable, right? Now, for the duration of the smart contract, now how long that can be, it completely depends on the smart contract. But when it's completed, the system or the process kind of gets reversed, right? So the FXRP gets destroyed, the locked up Spark tokens get returned to the agent, your XRP gets sent back to you as an originator, minus that 0.1% creation fee. And that goes to the agent as kind of a reward for loaning you his Spark or locking up his Spark for you, so that you are kind of able to get that FXRP, right? So that's how an agent earns XRP. Now, obviously, when you also have Spark, what you can do is you can delegate your vote to the FTSO, the Flare Time Series Oracle, and earn more Spark that way, right? So that Spark will then increase your holdings in Spark. So kind of just gonna briefly summarize this. Your XRP gets locked up. The agent locks up 2.5 times the value in Spark tokens. FXRP gets created. At the end of the smart contract, FXRP gets destroyed. The Spark tokens get returned to the agent, and your XRP gets returned to you, minus the 0.1% creation fee, which the agent then earns. Now, something beside the point, is kind of outside of this system here, but like if you would like to delegate your vote, you can earn more Spark to increase your holdings. That's kind of a very simple overview. Let me know what you think.